From VOA Learning English, this is the Technology Report. Students in South Africa are building solar-powered cars and racing them in competitions. The University of Johannesburg is training the students to become experts on energy. Their 300-kilogram solar-powered car can travel at a speed of more than 100 kilometers an hour through the countryside. The car uses less electric power than a coffee maker or food processor. The young engineers who built the vehicle drove it in a racing event called the Solar Challenge. The race is for vehicles that use alternative forms of energy. Keegan Smith is a former manager of the project and a lecturer at the University of Johannesburg. He says the university wants the students to learn about green energies using realistic examples. He is concerned that the continued use of coal, natural gas, and oil will destroy the planet. When Keegan Smith was a student in 2010, he was part of a group that built an alternative energy-powered car. Since then, students have built more cars using both hydrogen and energy from the sun. Warren Larder is currently directing the university's solar car project. He says solar-powered cars offer an important learning tool to help students develop new technologies. He launched a business that lets students work on real-life projects fueled by industry demand. Mr. Larder says the energy market is changing. He says there is a lack of experts locally in non-traditional energy sources and in solar technology. Warren Larder and his students are working on a car to enter in the next Solar Challenge in August 2014. They want to win the South African race and then compete internationally. For VOA Learning English, I'm Alex Villarreal.
From VOA Learning English, this is the Technology Report. The United States has announced a plan to fight the growing threat from cyber spies and internet attackers known as hackers. United States Attorney General Eric Holder says the Justice Department is fighting back aggressively. He says the department is working with states and federal agencies to bring to justice those involved in online theft and espionage. Mr. Holder called for increased cooperation with private businesses. He also noted the need to protect trade secrets. The Attorney General said a single trade secret can be worth millions of dollars. Stolen trade secrets, he said, hurt businesses, jobs, and economic competitiveness. The new policy calls for fines and trade action against individuals and countries that target U.S. trade secrets. The plan was announced the day after the American information security company Mandiant published its investigation of cyber attacks. It reported that more than 140 companies have been attacked since 2006. The targets include some of the biggest companies in the United States, such as Apple, Facebook, Lockheed Martin, and Coca-Cola. Mandiant says hacking groups in China carry out most of the attacks. They include groups known as Comment Crew and Shanghai Group. Mandiant also identified something called Advanced Persistent Threat 1, or APT1. It says APT1 is a part of the Chinese military, the People's Liberation Army. Mandiant says the Chinese government also wants to hack into important parts of America's infrastructure. China's foreign ministry denies Mandiant's accusations. It calls the report irresponsible. For VOA Learning English, I'm Carolyn Presutti. From VOA Learning English, this is the Technology Report in Special English. Attacks on computer systems are a growing concern among United States lawmakers. Recently, the head of a congressional committee warned about the threat of cyber attacks from China, Iran, and other countries. Congressman Michael McCall is chairman of the Homeland Security Committee in the House of Representatives. He compared the threat from cyber attacks to the terrorist threat faced by the United States on September 11th, 2001. But he said that this time the nation knows about the threat and is taking action. Other lawmakers expressed concern about reports that China is to blame for most attacks against American computer networks. Recently, President Obama told ABC News that there has been a steady increase in the threat to cybersecurity from other nations and from criminals. He said the United States has taken part in what he called tough talk with China and other nations. China's foreign ministry has said the country is open to talks, but it said China is itself a victim of attacks and not responsible for computer crimes. In February, President Obama signed an executive order on cybersecurity. The order directs American agencies to improve information sharing on cyber threats. A Senate bill on cybersecurity last year failed to get enough votes to pass. Some business groups and privacy rights activists expressed opposition to the measure. Now, a new cybersecurity bill has been introduced in the House of Representatives. For VOA Learning English, I'm Carolyn Presutti.